Back a few months ago, we got the announcement for Assassin's Creed Shadows, which reveals that it's finally set in feudal Japan. Then there was a lot of people who got shocked by the decision to include a black samurai instead of a Japanese samurai, but then we kind of forgot about it for a little while. Then out of nowhere, we see Ubisoft tweet out an apology, and here's what it says. To our esteemed Japanese community, a message from the Assassin's Creed Shadows development team. First, we want to express our heartfelt thanks for all your support for the Assassin's Creed series, which has now in its own history spanning almost 20 years. Over this time, we have explored various settings, time periods, characters, from an assassin during the Third Crusade to a Viking in the 9th century England, and countless more. For many of our team, creating an Assassin's Creed game set in feudal Japan has been a long-cherished dream. Since the announcement of Assassin's Creed Shadows, we have received many positive reactions, but also some criticism, including from you, our Japanese players. We share your passion for history and deeply respect your care for the historical concern and cultural integrity of your rich heritage. We would like to address a few points to clarify our intentions and creative decisions. Overall authenticity efforts. We have put significant effort into ensuring an immersive and respectful representation of feudal Japan. However, our intention has never been to present any of our Assassin's Creed games, including Assassin's Creed Shadows, as factual representations of history or historical characters. Instead, we aim to spark curiosity and encourage players to explore and learn about historical settings we get inspired by. Assassin's Creed Shadows is first and foremost designed to be an entertaining video game that tells a compelling historical fiction set in feudal Japan. Our team extensively collaborated with external consultants, historians, researchers, and internal teams in Ubisoft Japan to inform our creative choices. Despite these efforts, we acknowledge that some elements in our promotional materials have caused concern within the Japanese community. For this, we sincerely apologize. All game footage presented so far is in development, and the game will keep evolving until launch. Based on the constructive criticism we have received, we will continue our effort until we put this game into your hands and beyond. We also want to clarify that while we have been consulting with many people throughout the development process, they are in no way responsible for the decisions that are taken by creative teams in the interest of gameplay and entertainment. Consequently, we respectfully request that any criticism not be directed to our collaborators, both internal and external. Creative liberties and historical inspirations. While we strive for authenticity in everything that we do, Assassin's Creed games are works of fiction inspired by real historical events and figures. From its inception, the series has taken creative license and incorporated fantasy elements to craft engaging and immersive experiences. The representation of Yasuke in our game is an illustration of this. His unique and mysterious life made him an ideal candidate to tell an Assassin's Creed story with the setting of feudal Japan as the backdrop. While Yasuke is depicted as a samurai in Assassin's Creed Shadows, we acknowledge this is a matter of debate and discussion. We have woven this carefully into our narrative, and with our other lead character, the Japanese shinobi, forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, Naoe, who is equally important to the game. Our dual protagonists provide players with different gameplay styles. We greatly value your feedback and encourage you to continue sharing your thoughts respectfully. While we understand that meeting everyone's intentions is very difficult, we sincerely hope that when Assassin's Creed Shadows launches on November 15th, players in Japan and around the world will appreciate the dedication, effort, and passion that we have poured into it. The Assassin's Creed Shadows development team. So ultimately, this is kind of an odd decision, I guess, to include Yasuke in an Assassin's Creed game centered in feudal Japan. I know nothing about this, and I'm not going to pretend like it is, but from someone who's played only the fourth game, and I plan on playing the rest at some point, looking at the different historical areas where they have so far, they have an Assassin's Creed set in Greece, and that features Greek characters. They have an Assassin's Creed set in Rome, featuring Italian characters. They have Assassin's Creed set in Africa, featuring African characters. So you would think that it would follow that an Assassin's Creed set in Japan would have a Japanese character. I mean, it does have a Japanese side character who Ubisoft just said is equally as important as Yasuke. It's hard to really judge the response, because if Japanese players are mad that they finally get an Assassin's Creed in Japan and it features a black character, I don't know. I also don't think this is going to necessarily hurt sales worldwide, maybe. It's a kind of a difficult decision. I mean, I'm obviously personally not Japanese, so I mean, this doesn't affect me. But if you are Japanese, and like, are you hurt by this decision? Do you think that they should have included a Japanese character? Let this video be a point of starting a conversation at least. Remember 2013 YouTube? Like, this is a start of a conversation. I would like to talk more about this in the comments below, like what could have been done differently. If you're a dad watching this, unless you're an absolute diehard, then you're probably going to finish your backlog first before you get to this anyway. I mean, even if you were to just play the Assassin's Creed games in order, I mean, look at Odyssey, look at Origins. I mean, those games are massive games in and of themselves. And the last Assassin's Creed game, Mirage, like really prided itself in being a shorter game. So who knows how long this game will be. Anyway, I mean, I think this is a kind of a gray area. Like, until this Ubisoft apology came out, I really didn't think anything more of it other than it's kind of an odd decision. Let me know your reaction to this. Like, is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? I mean, does this affect your purchase decision? Let's talk in the comments below. Nintendo just made a weird decision with the standing Joy-Con charger. So go ahead and watch that right here. And I also just made a review on Jedi Survivor, which there's 5 ways in which it doesn't waste your time. That you can watch that right here. And for all things games for busy people, I'll see you in the next one.